Hi all, welcome to my channel. This video includes a beginner level exercise where we will observe how a application load balancer distributes its traffic towards multiple servers. For doing that, we will create an auto-scaling group of 2 web servers and we will introduce an application load balancer in front of that auto-scaling group. Then by using the DNS name of that load balancer, we will access the web servers. And we will see that with each refresh, the load balancer is actually sending the traffic to the 2 servers alternatively. Okay, let's begin. In this hands-on exercise, there are a few steps. We'll quickly see which are the steps. First, we have to create a launch template where I will use the user data to set up a web server in that EC2. Then we will create an auto-scaling group using the template and we will keep the desired count of EC2s as 2 because we need to see how the ELB distributes the workload between multiple servers. Then as part of creating auto-scaling group, you will create a multi-AZ application load balancer because that is what the exercise is all about. And once the first 3 steps are done, you can copy the public DNS name of the ALB onto the address bar and view the web page. And by refreshing the page, we can see that the requests are distributed across the servers. In the index.html, I have added a line to print out the IP address of that particular server. So you can see that the IP address is changing every time you are doing the refresh. Okay, now let's go to the console. So here we are in the EC2 dashboard. The first step is to create a launch template. So click on launch template and create launch template. And launch template name, you can just give any name, LT Jan 12, any name you can give. Launch template Jan 12, and this is for ELB. So I'm just changing the name. Template version, you can give more description, but I'm just adding V1. Auto scaling guidance, this is okay. Template tags, wherever I can leave it as default value, I'm leaving it. Unless it is mandatory to make those changes, I'm not making. So you have to select an AMI. So to select the AMI, you can select one quick start once, which usually appears when you are creating an EC2. So I'm using Ubuntu latest version. This is okay. Instance type, you can use T2 micro. I'm using T2 small here, but you can use T2 micro also, which comes under free tier. Key pair, if you don't have and if you don't want, no need to use it, but I already have one. I'm using it because we are not actually SSHing into, we are not logging into the EC2, so it is not mandatory, but anyway I'm using it. If you don't have a key pair, it is okay, you can leave it as don't include in launch template. That option you can choose. Network settings, let it be default VPC, but security group, you need a security group which has port 80 open, 80. If you don't have, you create one, but I already have, so I'm going to use an existing one. So DevOps, yeah. So this one I will use. Now leave all these as default values, but very important one is the user data. So click on advanced details and go to the end of this page. And user data is something, it's a program which will be executed when the EC2 comes up. So basically I'm starting an Nginx web server and then creating a simple index.html file where I will print out the IP address of this particular server. Why IP address is required, we will find out. Now create the launch template. So now launch template is created. If you go to launch templates, you can see the one which is created. Now using this launch template, I have to create an auto scaling group. So on the left side menu, come to the bottom. Here is auto scaling group. Click on that. Create auto scaling group. Auto scaling group name, I will give it as any name you can give. ASG, some meaningful name ideally you should give. Better names than what I have already given. ASG Jan 12 is the name I have given. Launch template, select the one which you have created. And version, if you are creating multiple versions of this launch template, it should use the latest one. So instead of default, choose latest. That is better. Come down, go to next. And here if you want to change the instance type, you can override what is mentioned in launch template. That is okay, I'm not overriding anything. Here, availability zones. In which availability zones you want to create your EC2 instances. I will specify at least 2 availability zones. So one this one and one this one A and one B, that's enough. Come down, availability zone distribution, balanced best effort, this is okay. Default values we will use wherever possible. Load balancing, I need to attach to a new load balancer. I need to create a new load balancer. So click on that. So now you have to specify which one, application load balancer or network load balancer. I will go with ALB. What is the name of your ALB? I will add ALB here. That's it. Load balancer scheme, it has to be internet facing. That's what we are planning. and then you will have two components, two servers in your load balancer, one in each availability zone. Then port 80, that is okay. Default routing. So here you have to select a target group. I haven't created a target group. So you click on this and then say create target group. And you have to give a name to the target group. So I will include it as TG, target group. Then come down, click on next. So here you have to specify the group size of your auto-scaling group. What is the desired capacity? How many EC2 instances should be created? I will include it as 2, and minimum and maximum also I am including it as 2, because here my objective is not to show how the auto-scaling happens, but my objective is to show how the load balancer is distributing the work across 2 servers. That's why I am keeping everything as minimum, maximum, everything as 2, because I don't want to have a situation where it scales down to 1 EC2, that's why. And scaling policies, I am specifying no scaling policies, that is okay for this exercise. Come down, come here, and capacity settings, all these you can leave it as default. Click on next. Add notifications, no, I don't want. Next. Add tags to help you search, filter and track your auto-scaling group across AWS. No, I am not adding that. So go to next. Come down. And you can review this, whatever you have already entered, and everything looks okay. So I'm going to create the auto-scaling group. Once you hit create auto-scaling group, it has to launch 2 EC2 instances. It will take some time for the EC2 instances to come in service. So if you go here and go to instances, refresh, you can see that there is one running and one pending. So these two have to come up. It will take a minute or so. So I'm going to stop it here and then restart when these EC2 instances come up. Once these EC2 instances are up and running, we just need to copy the DNS name of ELB and then paste it into the address bar. So let me wait for the EC2 instances to come up. Okay, you can see that the 2 EC2 instances have come up. Now go to load balancers and then check the status, it is active. Now I need the DNS name. So just copy this and go to a new tab and paste it, and you can see the website. See, this is the website. It's a simple page. The most important thing is that you should be able to notice the IP address. So I'm going to refresh this, or I'm trying to access it a second time. You can see that the IP address has changed because now the traffic is getting routed to the next server. Again it has changed. Again it has changed. So you can see that with each request, it is sending that request to a different server. Okay, that's it. I hope you found this video useful. I'll keep uploading more useful AWS videos. Please consider subscribing to my channel. Thank you. Bye.